Hey guys, welcome back to another What If here. Today we're doing part 2 to What If Kakashi meets Naruto early. If you want to know what happened last part, then I'll be linking the description below, which takes you to a playlist where you can watch the previous part in order, and any of the future part that gets added into this series if you guys want this to continue. Also, do please tell me if you guys want this to continue, because if not, then I may make a new one tomorrow with 2 to kind of 3 parts. Or at least somewhat for the next 2 or 3 days, kind of double the somewhat parts, so 2 parts a day to get, of course, by the end of the week, 7 parts. Anyway, so, yeah, with that, let's get into this. Also, if you kind of want to know the part that I may do in replace of this, if you guys want this to be replaced, then I would tell you guys, stick around, because I will tell you guys at the end of the What If I remember. Yeah, anyway, let's now truly get into this. So, it'd be a day and 1 week after they had met Kakashi, or more so Sasuke and Sakura had met Kakashi, and Naruto had just, someone revealed to us, or at least that Kakashi would be his sensei. Yeah. Anyway. And currently, Sasuke, Sakura, and Naruto would be in the training ground 7, as all 3 of them will be would be doing some stretches. As for the past week, Kakashi had them doing training. Well, yeah, just kind of training, exercise, and so pretty much running around the training grounds for so many laps, then push-ups, sit-ups, all of those type deals. And yeah, and then after that, the break would be the rank mission. Then after that, they would potentially go for lunch, depending on literally how long they take, and then some either team training, or some just more kind of brutal, just maybe a entire lap around Konoha instead. Yeah. It just depended on what he felt like doing afterwards. Yeah. And though, of course, someone doing all this training, Naruto had been wearing his weights as well. Kind of Kakashi, after when he passed me, told Naruto to wear his weights. And yeah. And so, Kakashi would arrive dead on time, as ironically, he did ask if he could come rather late to his team, and Hiruzen shrugged, stating that it was his team, it was up to him. And yeah, and even though Hiruzen had kind of told him that, Kakashi still came on time, dead on time, and the reason was kind of because of Naruto had gotten kind of somewhat used to arriving dead on time or slightly early to train, obviously, Naruto to meet Naruto at his kind of apartment. That it kind of just gotten used to that, the team had Naruto, thus can't be late to be there for someone for Naruto, as well. Yeah, if Naruto's anger was anything like Kushina's, well, the more angrier they got, the more kind of stronger they were. They seemed to kind of just gain strength when they were just angry, and the more angry they were, the stronger they seemingly were. So he really didn't want to see Naruto's anger, but yeah. Anyway, and so, Kakashi would simply go yo, as Naruto would, all of them would greet them in that, of course, somewhat own way. And yeah, though Kakashi would go, good that you're stretching today. As though Sakura would ask what he had in the bag, and I smile as he'd open up the bag, and would kind of as he would then proceed to casually throw some weights at Sasuke, and then Sakura is then kind of catch kind of them, or Sakura would kind of kind of moan that these were somewhat heavy, and he'd go, well, yeah, put them on. And yeah, and that these would be kind of their weights. Those Sasuke would grunt and would go as the dope's weights. Kakashi just somewhat crack his head to the side, being around Naruto potentially a bit too much. But he'd simply go, I don't think we have a teammate called Dope Sasuke. Though Sakura just somewhat before Sasuke could somewhat speak again, Sakura would go, Naruto was Naruto's right. So he'd look over to Naruto and go, well, Naruto, as Naruto just unzip his jacket and kind of show weight. So, yeah. And Sasuke would just kind of somewhat narrow his eyes. And, well, yeah. And, well, Sasuke would simply go, I want the same amount of weight as somewhat Naruto. Yeah, Kakashi just somewhat would go, well, then come over here. Sasuke would simply smirk, and Sakura would kind of somewhat mentally, well, no, not mentally, would just kind of somewhat stand out at Sasuke, kind of lovingly, and that seemingly, even that Sensei, was willing to kind of, somewhat, do anything for the Uchiha. Of course, Naruto could see why they were walking out somewhat too, and, well, yeah, he'd just somewhat shake his head as he'd figure, well, Sasuke would most definitely not be able to lift that large of a rock boulder up, stone, whatever. And yeah, and somewhat, lo and behold, Kakashi would tell him to kind of lift up a somewhat decently, very, well, yeah, heavy enough that Sasuke wouldn't be able to lift it up, and yeah, he'd try to, but he couldn't, though. He'd just kind of somewhat glare at it, and yeah, he'd kind of turn to Sensei and he'd go, yeah, right, like, somewhat the dude could somewhat lift that, and he'd crack his eyebrow and go, Sasuke, for the second time, I'm pretty sure we don't have a person called Dope. Yeah, of course he knew who Sasuke was referring to, Naruto, but if Sasuke was going to refer Naruto to Dope, he wasn't going to answer Sasuke's questions. Yeah, he would just somewhat glare at him, and through kind of gritted teeth would say, Naruto. He'd go, well, Naruto, come over here, and Naruto would, and he'd go, well, do somewhat, lift that, though I would suggest taking off your weights first. Naruto would just nod, and he'd take off his two arm weights, and which would just, hear a thud on the ground with a tiny crater. And then from there, he'd somewhat go over, and he'd proceed to actually lift it up, granted with both his hands, but he'd be able to lift it up, and he'd be surprised he didn't think he could lift it up. And yeah, though he'd put it back down, and he'd put his weights back on, and yeah, and Kakashi would somewhat nod and go, well, it's, yeah, and he'd go, so, Sasuke, because you can't lift that up, and Naruto clearly can. No, you cannot have the same weights as Naruto. He'd simply just go somewhat glare, but would just somewhat grunt, and would go back and proceed to put his weights on, and yeah, after that, the Kakashi would proceed to go through that morning routine of just somewhat doing about 10 or so somewhat laps, though it was somewhat his laps, so you could run faster than him. You could run twice as fast as Kakashi would somewhat was, but that would just mean if you go twice as fast, you did twice as many laps. So yeah, and yeah, he was going at a pace in which Sakura would be able to keep up, but also somewhat push her. Yeah, though we knew with the extra weight, she'd most definitely have to be really heavily pushing herself to do it, so he'd cut the laps to about 5 for right now. And yeah, and so somewhat after they'd done about 5 laps, they would then somewhat have a minute by 30-second break, and after that they were then going to put some of the sit-ups and some of the other exercises, and yeah, once they were all finally done, they were then proceeded to sort of move on to going to the village to take the mission, of course. And yeah, so as they'd go, Sakura would realise and should ask someone, Kakashi, if they should take off their weight, and Kakashi would go, well, no, I would have told you if you should take them off, so no, don't keep them on. Sakura would somewhat kind of just grin, but Sensei there, don't care, Sakura, that's your own fault for not training, someone doing the academy, and so now you're having to play catch up, so that's your own fault. She just somewhat groan, but would somewhat sigh, and well, yeah, and so something from there. And well, from there, about 3 weeks would pass, as it'd be a month since they'd been, a team, and yeah, and well, somewhat Sasuke, Sakura, Naruto, or at least Kakashi mainly, right? Kakashi would be thinking of somewhat on if he should kind of give his team a C rank mission or not. Sure, they've been, doing pretty much a mission a day, and of course, somewhat with the weights, they'd gotten somewhat stronger. Of course, 2 weeks into them running weights, Sasuke and Sakura had upped their weight, or at least Kakashi had somewhat had brought them extra somewhat weights to obviously increase the total amount of weight. Yeah, he didn't with Naruto, as Naruto, well, somewhat he could add his own somewhat weights to it. He wasn't stupid, plus, with the fox and that, if he did accidentally go more than what his body could handle, it was just a quick heal and then, a decrease in weight. Potentially, though, he wasn't sure if Naruto, or at least if kind of somewhat causing Naruto's muscles to kind of be in a lot of pain, and then sort of removing a lot of weight, and then having the fox heal it would that increase Naruto's overall weight to be able to more easily somewhat handle the much more weight, though he wasn't sure. Yeah. Anyway, and so, well, yeah, though besides from that, obviously his team was somewhat stronger, probably the strongest out of the rookie 9 at the moment. That, and well, their teamwork was kind of there. It was, well, yeah, because he was somewhat forcing obviously Sasuke to use Naruto's name, and that it was pretty much, well, yeah, the team was slowly, or mainly Sasuke was kind of slowly starting to work as a team with his other teammates. Yeah, and kind of somewhat the same with Sakura, and yeah, though of course somewhat any time he would have them spar, somewhat Naruto always used the academy stance, not his, or at least not the cheetah fighting style, as that was more designed to kill, and whilst he could use that to spar against Kakashi, and they somewhat did when they were somewhat kind of alone. But besides that, and yeah, Naruto had also fully learnt the cheetah fighting style, and yeah. Anyway, so though they would somewhat arrive to the Hokage Tower to, of course, deliver or at least to complete that mission, capture Tora and deliver it back to kind of just bring it back to the tower in which the fire Daimyo's wife would be kind of waiting, and yeah, they would somewhat, Sakura would hand the cat over, and and from there Hiruzen would then somewhat ask them if they would, or at least somewhat if they'd like to take another one, in which Kakashi would be somewhat really thinking about it. He could take, C rank, he really could. And well, it'd somewhat, it'd kind of go back forward in his head before he'd proceed to somewhat actually open up. When he'd proceed to ask Hokage if somebody potentially had a decent C rank like that he could maybe have. Hiruzen would somewhat blink and go, so you believe that I'm ready for a C rank? Kakashi, hi, Hokage-sama. Yeah, so Iruka would go, but Hokage-sama there, and Hiruzen would just somewhat wave him off and go, somewhat, Iruka. If it was any other somewhat sensei, then I would agree with you, it would be too soon, but with somewhat Kakashi and Kakashi training them, I can be somewhat assured that Kakashi, or at least somewhat, they're probably more than likely almost ready for B rank instead of a C rank. So I can assure you that they're ready, if not more than ready, for a C rank. And Iruka could look like he wanted to argue more, but he would just allow it aside and go, okay, Hokage-sama, who'd of course reluctantly accepted, mainly because of so much, of course, somewhat Naruto, and well, yeah, he was obviously, kind of more looking out for Naruto, because Naruto was kind of known as that glass demon, even though he could potentially, easily kill them all. Yeah. Anyway, though, Hiruzen would look through and he'd go, how about this, Kakashi to escort somewhat a bridge builder to his home in the land of waves, and somewhat to stay with him whilst he finishes off building his bridge. Kakashi would somewhat think about that and would ask how long it would roughly be, as Hiruzen would state about a month. And Kakashi would somewhat think about it for a bit before asking if there was somewhat any other one. Hiruzen would somewhat look through it and he'd go, well, there is another escort one here, though, and it's only actually just it's actually it's about a somewhat 3-day walk, somewhat from where. Yeah, it's about a somewhat 3-day walk from here at civilian pace. Kakashi would somewhat think about that and would ask, and somewhat, they'll have to think about it for a bit. He'd somewhat nodded. Once he would like to take, obviously, the somewhat Land of Waves one, and Hiruzen could kind of see Kakashi somewhat almost somewhat looking at the Hokage, can you kind of recite that one as well? But Hiruzen would kind of somewhat look at him with the look of, sorry Kakashi, so if you aren't going to take, the Land of Waves one, then, another team could take it, and yeah. Anyway, though from there, Kakashi would of course accept the somewhat free kind of day one, as you'd somewhat obviously, kind of like to kind of allow him to, be adjusted to somewhat kind of get outside of Konoha and to just have a somewhat normal kind of easy one, as he kind of figured the bridge builder one would more or less probably have, yes, bandits and that, and kind of it would give them, or at least somewhat Kakashi, the ability to kind of, or at least somewhat kind of have them also take their first kills by simply killing a relatively cute and harmless sort of creature, animal. And yeah, of course, to somewhat kind of have them somewhat, well, A, to see their somewhat reaction, and B, to somewhat give them some small comfort, and for them to know that, of course, so that they could obviously get that first somewhat hand experience from killing that instead of, potentially in their life and death battle. So yeah. Anyway, so from there, the client would walk in, a somewhat person who was kind of regular to having kind of somewhat escort him, and yeah, so he's used to somewhat his one being, generally somewhat used for kind of newly-ish graduated getting, and yeah, though it would kind of somewhat be, though somewhat looking over the team, somewhat, that was probably going to be escorting him. He'd somewhat amused that the team, if somewhat his knowledge of Shinobi was anything to go by, the probably somewhat the neon bright, somewhat clad Shinobi was probably the person with the most skill in stealth, and yeah, because after all, you don't wear bright colours, or at least somewhat in his kind of mind, a Shinobi doesn't wear bright colours if they want to, of course, attract attention, unless they're training in stealth. So yeah, after all, if you can hide in that bright orange jacket, then, jumpsuit, then you'd be pretty much invisible to the naked eye in dark, if not completely black clothing. And yeah, though Kakashi, they'd somewhat kind of talk with the person telling Kakashi that they would, someone who'd obviously like to leave kind of as soon as possible, in which Kakashi not only would tell his team, or at least would somewhat tell the person if, say 30 minutes from now would be fine, if it'd be ready within that time, which the person would not only say that he was already ready, just in case they wanted to leave, right now. Kakashi would just nod, and you'd tend to his team and would state, and would tell them to get ready and to meet him in front gate of Konoha in half an hour, and to prepare for about a 5-day mission, just in case things potentially go bad. That would say that they probably won't, but still better to be prepared than to not be. They would nod, and from there they would leave, and yeah, of course 5 minutes later they would be somewhat off in and to the somewhat town. 3 days later, of course, they would somewhat arrive there. The person would, of course, somewhat thank them and obviously give them and somewhat sign the kind of, somewhat mission scroll to state that it was complete. Though, somewhat from there, they would, somewhat, or at least they would kind of get a hotel, as Kakashi would he would tell them that they can have the rest of the day, as it was about midday, to somewhat just explore the town. And yeah, they would somewhat nod, and so from there they of course would, though Kakashi would somewhat also wander about the town for a bit, when you'd somewhat notice a kind of hawk up in the sky, he'd recognise it, so he'd kind of jump up to somewhat a couple of buildings for kind of somewhat signalling it to come down and land, in which it would. And yeah, you'd noticed it kind of how, you'd somewhat take the scroll, and the somewhat bird would then proceed to kind of jump somewhat up and slightly glide over to his shoulder, as you'd but as Kakashi perceived to somewhat open it up and kind of read it. And yeah, somewhat reading it, he'd mentally kind of somewhat cast himself for not taking the Land of Waves mission, as it seemed like that somewhat Team 10, so what's his name, Asuma's team had kind of somewhat had gotten into some trouble and was kind of requesting assistance, though he was going to say that of course that was either Team 7 or Team 8, and while Team 8 isn't exactly the best to send out for kind of help, so somewhat was requesting Kakashi to kind of, or at least once they got to their place, to kind of divert somewhat to try and get to the Land Waves as soon as possible. And they would also go give Kakashi pretty much the full rundown. That would sort of roll scroll up, and that would take, yeah, he would somewhat grab all his team's complete scroll for his team, and yeah, he would he would somewhat, I would somewhat proceed to then Sunshin, of course, but still somewhat on his shoulder, to the somewhat hotel room. He would then somewhat pull out an empty scroll, write down pretty much somewhat report for the mission, somewhat roll that up, take out a somewhat empty storage scroll, open that up, seal the mission complete scroll and the mission report scroll in the single scroll, tie that up, and then wrap it and then give it to the somewhat bird, or at least give the bird a treat and that, and then somewhat open up the window and let it out. From there you'd make 2 shadow clones, as the 3 of them, him and his 2 clones, would proceed to Sunshin to his team, as they were, well, somewhat team Sasuke, Sakura and Naruto were in 3 different places, and yeah, so after that they would all arrive back. A couple of seconds later they would arrive back in the hotel room with Kakashi somewhat opening up the somewhat scroll once more, and kind of somewhat and giving somewhat reading it out, giving them the breakdown of their next mission. And yeah, though they would be surprised that they'd gone from seemingly somewhat a C rank to an A rank, though Kakashi would state that it was mainly somewhat him that was kind of needed and they were just pretty much coming along. Yeah, though he would also tell them that they will, well, yeah, excellent, to remove their weight, and to also kind of somewhat now pack for, or at least to go back and get enough somewhat food and that for a month. And yeah, those have, and yeah, as that, oh yeah, would be somewhat required. And yeah, from the somewhat next morning, of course, they'd all be ready. They'd all bought enough supplies and that for somewhat the month, and somewhat, of course, yeah, Kakashi would somewhat lead them. At least he'd somewhat lead them. At a kind of pace in which he'd be kind of somewhat pushing somewhat Sakura more, and yeah, and got somewhat from there. About a couple of hours would go past as somewhat they would reach the Land of Waves, but hey, the bridge of Warzy was under construction. It wasn't near Konoha. True. Well, Kakashi had already Kakashi had somewhat trained, or at least decided to train, and that Naruto was slightly ahead of them in chakra control, decided to train them in tree walking and water walking, something that he was obviously reluctant to teach Naruto when he'd been ordered to kind of teach Naruto the basic, the academy taijutsu, and he decided to kind of train Naruto and some other stuff as well. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, he'd of course trained them both in that this time around before the Land of Waves. Anyway, and so of course they would somewhat easily be able to run across the water, though he would somewhat have to make a clone for somewhat to carry Sakura, as Sakura would be getting near, and of course Sakura exhaustion, and yeah. Anyway, besides from that, they would make it somewhat to the bridge, walk up, and he would dispel his clone, or at least his shadow clone would put Sakura down before dispelling it itself, and yeah, from there Kakashi would somewhat notice that of course somewhat Shikamaru would be kind of or at least Shikamaru and Choji would be watching the bridge, so though Shikamaru would somewhat kind of straighten up and he'd slightly kind of narrow his eyes, though Kakashi yeah, though Choji would go, hey, or at least he was about to simply, kind of greet Naruto when Shikamaru would put his hand up to kind of tell Choji to be quiet, as Shikamaru would start off a kind of sentence which Kakashi would finish, pretty much just a, somewhat signal, somewhat so that they obviously know it was a fellow Konoha ninja and not a imposter. This message was pretty much mission based, so the mission, the kind of word was always different between missions, just in case obviously a spy as having just a single word, obviously the fact that Shinobi's mouth could easily answer it, so yeah. Anyway, so after somewhat answering that, Shikamaru would somewhat relax, and yeah, though Kakashi would somewhat ask if, Shikamaru would kind of, Shikamaru would somewhat tell, or at least Choji, to escort them back to the Raleigh, somewhat staying in which Choji would nod, and they would so Team 7 would follow Choji to the bridge builder's home. Of course, Kakashi didn't really need so, as he could, they could pretty much, no. Anyway, yeah, they could, just somewhat follow, Kakashi could somewhat, sense Asuma's chakra, though it did seem relatively low. Yeah. Though somewhat, of course, they arrive and after kind of being introduced to somewhat tsunami and that, they would go up and they would enter the somewhat room, or at least somewhat the men's room, as they would Kakashi would somewhat they would then obviously kind of somewhat talk to Asuma and would somewhat get to know what was happening in that, and yeah, though Ino would kind of somewhat look relieved to see another, obviously somewhat that backup, though she would be not exactly too thrilled, fact, Sakura was there, though she was kind of almost all over Sasuke, or at least would be if that sensei wasn't in a such bad state. Yeah, though Asuma would of course somewhat stay, or at least though Kakashi, though Ino would kind of somewhat ask who would be kind of somewhat the person in charge of the mission, as somewhat would it be what sensei as they do, or at least somewhat would be you, Asuma sensei, as we were the ones that took it, or would it be the sensei? Asuma would somewhat just would state that it would be Kakashi, as he has more experience and someone dealing with an A rank mission. And yeah. Anyway. Yeah. And so from there they would start to talk for a bit. Or at least kind of somewhat what happened and that, and yeah. And so of course from there the Vasily somewhat week would kind of go down somewhat with kind of like in canon. Yeah, Naruto of course would still seem like canon would kind of blow up in front of somewhat Inari about some, or at least somewhat, like he did in canon with somewhat Inari simply saying that, none of them knew what, obviously what he was going through, and that, it was probably nice and, safe, somewhere in that village, and they should just go back, in which they would obviously get a rude awakening that wasn't as safe and as lovely as somewhat it was, as 99% of the people knew. And yeah, and yeah, of course, somewhat, or at least, somewhat all of them, minus somewhat Sasuke, would kind of feel bad for somewhat Naruto, and especially wide sort being kind of gone through, and Kakashi would say that he'd gone through, of course, a lot, that Naruto had gone through a lot worse than that, and that that was only what he was cleared to tell them, and that the rest of it was up to Naruto to tell them, as it was an S rank, someone's secret punchable, potentially by death or that. They would somewhat gulp. Yeah, of course, Kakashi was somewhat lying, and he really didn't want them kind of bothering to ask somewhat Naruto about his past, as, it wasn't kind of nice. And yeah. Anyway, though Naruto, luckily, though, of course, due to he somewhat not really needing, obviously, to train in tree walk and all that, so he'd, after kind of calming down, he'd come back to the house, never meeting Haku, like he did in canon. And yeah, so just as kind of somewhat they were, just as somewhat the 8 of them somewhat were about to leave, Kakashi would actually somewhat stop him, would kind of ask out if he'd be somewhat willing to kind of stay behind somewhat for a bit, just in case of some, somewhat just in case they kind of get attacked, and that, yeah. And I would somewhat nod, and he'd say that if they kind of get attacked, he'd obviously somewhat come up as to somewhat, of course, help them, and he'd just leave close to somewhat protect them after. Oh, yeah. Kakashi would just somewhat nod, and they would, of course, somewhat leave Naruto there, though, or at least somewhat, Asuma was kind of somewhat concerned, and would ask if Naruto was kind of more than enough considering his lost status, and Kakashi would just somewhat shrug and would go, well, you just have to somewhat see, and Asuma would kind of start, Kakashi would ask somewhat what he kind of meant by that, and that he couldn't see Naruto, and Kakashi would just shrug and would go somewhat to think about it, in which now would somewhat kind of go, you mean like in a spa, don't you? Kakashi saying which Kakashi would just somewhat shrug if he's somewhat up for it, team for team, once this is somewhat over with and we're back in Konoha. Yeah, Asuma would somewhat think about it and would just nod. Sure then, Kakashi, if you don't want your team to be somewhat humiliated, that is, and yeah. And well, yeah. I just called somewhat Asuma, confident, Kakashi kind of somewhat, probably, being lazy and that, and probably hasn't really trained that team, and he's somewhat in anything really, so yeah. Anyway, And of course, somewhat from there, of course, somewhat like in canon, though Naruto would actually be just kind of somewhat sitting down, kind of somewhat just somewhat relaxing as somewhat Inari, and or at least somewhat, they would be doing their things when there'd be a knock at the front door. Tsunami would state that she'd be right there, though Naruto would kind of somewhat be there first and would somewhat getting kind of ominous feeling from the back door, so we'd somewhat tell Inari and Tsunami to actually go upstairs. In which Tsunami would kind of somewhat look at Naruto and somewhat should realise, and she'd just kind of somewhat nod as she would kind of somewhat have somewhat should pick up Inari, and they would go upstairs. Naruto would proceed to make a shakulan of himself, and that shakulan would transform into Inari, as it would transform into Tsunami, as he'd proceed to somewhat open up the sort of front door, and they would kind of proceed to similarly, quite easily, kidnap sort of him, though it would somewhat his style of clothing as Inari would simply somewhat kind of fake cry, though they'd end up simply somewhat leaving, and though or at least though Naruto would simply get out like Tsunami would say then can that if they kind of harm him, or that he'd bite his tongue, or she'd bite her tongue and kill herself, and so kind of be forced to somewhat leave him behind, and of course somewhat once they'd kind of gotten a certain far distance away, the clone would somewhat release itself, shut the door, and would somewhat tell them if there were any somewhat place they could go to be not really obviously safe, just in case they figure out that it was that the person they had wasn't the person they thought they had. They would be like they were she'd just somewhat nod, and it just nod as she'd perceive to he'd perceive to then just somewhat nod and would go, and would then somewhat dispel, and they would be somewhat confused, but though of course somewhat that would kind of happen, in which somewhat Inari would end up of course very much getting inspired by obviously somewhat Naruto, and the fact that Naruto would pretty much sacrificed similarly himself for them, and of course after some time of walking, they would somewhat smirk, as they would similarly, though of course somewhat Naruto still transform as Tsunami, of course someone would hear them kind of obviously talking wasn't too hard to, they weren't trying to hide the fact that they were talking about potentially somewhat having to go at her right now, raping her, and then though Naruto would somewhat of course or at least have that would kind of somewhat have flashbacks to, or at least would somewhat have flashbacks to somewhat his past. I would quickly just somewhat mentally shake his head, and that was of course in the past now, and that he knew he'd obviously have to tolerate going right through it, which would mean he'd ironically not be able to release the transformation, but thankfully they seemingly wouldn't bother, as she'd simply state that or at least somewhat she then, or at least Naruto as Tsunami would end up stating, or at least saying that if they do rape her, she'd either somewhat kill herself, and obviously Gato would probably have them killed, or Gato would still probably have them killed for simply raping her. And they would somewhat kind of look at her, though they would both somewhat grunt and they would kind of somewhat pick up their speed, in which Naruto, would somewhat, or at least I'd somewhat noticed they were kind of slowly slowing down, but they'd pick up their pace once more. And so it seemed like they were kind of going to go to a point where they would seem to just somewhat slow down to a crawl and then stop, saying that they were somewhat tired and that kind of somewhat perceived to kind of Reaper seemingly, or him, though they would seemingly somewhat arrive, seemingly, and though Gato would kind of somewhat smirk and somewhat, though before long, of course, Kakashi, or at least somewhat they would hear, of course, the sound of someone birds chirping those, and then somewhat not, and then seemingly somewhat a clash, though the fog was clearly starting to, or at least while the mist / fog was starting to dispel, so they would kind of somewhat climb up in rage. Kakashi, or at least, Kakashi and Kakashi Asman, someone Zabuza would kind of stop at hearing that noise. They would wonder what it was, and while they'd kind of somewhat look at Zabuza, and Zabuza would kind of somewhat release, but truly somewhat dispel the mist, as he could easily just summon it back. And somewhat, though of course Tazano would be completely shocked and at the fact that they managed to suddenly get his daughter. Though Kakashi would momentarily be somewhat shocked that Naruto had failed before he'd quickly realise that now that the person was kind of Naruto, mainly due to a very, very minute slight shift in somewhat Naruto's chakra signature, or at least seemingly in that not in Tsunami's somewhat chakra, which of course everyone has somewhat chakra. It's just civilians' chakra aren't really, or at least somewhat signatures, shouldn't really fluctuate in the way it kind of somewhat did, indicating to Kakashi that it was actually Naruto transformed. Smart move, make. And of course it placed Naruto right beside Gato, and so Gato would kind of obviously stage for a somewhat army that to kind of kill that his plans to stab obviously someone Zabuza, and that in which Zabuza would be of course somewhat pissed off and that, and though he'd somewhat smack and he'd tell obviously for them to hand over the bridge builder, otherwise his daughter would get it. Though there'd somewhat then be a voice, "What do you mean, daughter? I'm not his daughter. Heck, I'm not even related to him." They would somewhat blink, the whole army would somewhat blink as Kakashi just somewhat kind of, or at least though nobody really couldn't somewhat see it, Kakashi had a somewhat smirk underneath his mask, Asuma and pretty much everyone else there would just be somewhat shocked, shocked, surprised. Even somewhat Zabuza is kind of something that would just be kind of casually someone just there go sing, and though Gato got what you'd be so much kind of completely shocked before his eyes would then seemingly perceived to somewhat roll up and he'd fall back dead. A somewhat he'd be dead. And would be completely shocked there. The person who was obviously somewhat paying for them was now dead. And of course, Zabuza would be somewhat slightly more pissed that obviously he lost the chance to kill Zabuza, but to kill thingy. But hey, at least he could kill, a few hundred somewhat mercenaries before he would somewhat die. So we'd simply kind of look to Kakashi and go, "Oi, copycat, hand me a kunai, will ya?" Kakashi would just crack an eyebrow, but would hand him over one Zabuza would obviously put it in his mouth and would proceed to just casually somewhat to kill them about 100 or so before obviously somewhat the wraps in his body got too many and he'd kind of fall to the ground. Kakashi would kind of quickly sunshine over, would grab there's someone's body and Zabuza's body as and he'd somewhat lay Zabuza next to Haku's dead body. And then of course somewhat from there it would of course somewhat seemingly start to snow and that kind of scene would play out the same, and then the people would obviously be even more somewhat infuriated, they'd sure they'd lost 800 or so men, but hey, they managed to kill Zabuza, and surely they could obviously somewhat charge, kill them. Of course a fair chunk of them haven't paid too much attention to behind them, and which was kind of ironic because, well, if anyone looked behind them, Naruto had casually had his own army behind them, slowly working their way through. And somewhat quietly killing them. And mainly as it seemed like Naruto had done a Senshin and was seemingly right next to kind of Kakashi, of course a shadow clone. And though of course a minute or so, though of course a bit of time later and all the people would be dead, Kakashi would do a somewhat quick water jutsu to wash off the dead bodies mainly, though he would make a shadow clone to carry both Zabuza and Haku's body, and of course he would somewhat bury them. And and from there they would of course somewhat after about 2 weeks, about 2 weeks, the bridge would be kind of somewhat repaired from any of the damage and of course complete. And from there they would leave with Tazuna somewhat, or at least Tazuna would end up naming the bridge the Great Naruto Bridge for, of course, like he did in canon, or at least for the reason somewhat like he did in canon, for giving hope back to the land of waves. And and so somewhat from there they would return, and of course teams, usually would state that Team 7 would have about a week and a week and a half, a week and 3 days off, whereas Team 8, not Team 8, Team 10 would have somewhat only a week off. It's kind of somewhat state that I was unfair indeed, and he was going to go, well, you didn't just go from you didn't just take somewhat a C rank and then go and aid in a backup, then aid as backup for an A rank mission. How did you? Should someone just grumble? But anyway, so and with that, guys, I'm gonna end this part here. So if you just want to now know what was the part, or at least potentially part 1 of a new whatever I may do to replace this one, if you just want this to obviously be replaced, is somewhat what if Naruto, or at least you kind of guys can decide out of somewhat 2. So either what if Naruto kind of woke up as a girl, so it'd be somewhat after the Wave mission, so it'd be what if Naruto woke up as a girl after the Land of Waves mission. It'd be literally the day after they got back. So get back in, it'd be Naruto's parents' first night. and you'd end up waking up as a female. Somewhat is, well, yeah. Or somewhat what if Naruto kind of somewhat wound up transformed as a mannequin. And yeah, both would pretty much, well, yeah, both would wind up with Naruto becoming obviously a gal. Well, slightly obvious. Yeah. Anyway, so those are the two what ifs that you guys can choose. Somewhat if you obviously guys want this one to be replaced. Yeah. Anyway, with that guys, girls, if you have enjoyed this, do tell me in the comments down below. And yeah, hope you guys have a good day or night, depending on wherever you are and whenever you watch this, and good bye. Good bye.